Good day, everybody! How's it going out there? We are back with more Tales Noir Preludes, or as Alonzo Ryan, when he was on, was calling it Tales Noir Zero. It's like regular Coke without the zero, without the calories, without the guilt. But we are in part two. We went through the first two acts. Basically, the game is set in as a precursor to the Tales Noir regular story, which used to be called Backbone, that we've played on this channel before. If you haven't seen the first video, obviously go watch that. You don't actually need to see Backbone slash Tales Noir to enjoy this, I don't think. I think it was made as its own standalone idea. Basically, we're following the stories of three of the characters from that game, and plus one character over here on the far right with the dog with the glasses, which I don't think made it to this. Something tells me I don't think they make it past this prelude. They're currently investigating some phenomenon which is kind of sort of tied to the artifact in the main game that you'll learn about later on. I'm guessing they're not going to live, but who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they were a character that I didn't know about. Or maybe it was that character. Remember that bedridden character in the main game? Maybe it was them. We'll find out. I don't remember. If only I was good with names. Anyways, Carissa, so unfortunately I couldn't stop the game immediately at the beginning of the chapter for whatever reason, which is kind of silly. They should, if the game designer is listening, I would suggest that like between acts you say, do you want to save your game, and then hit yes, right? Allow any person to kind of stop between chapters. But so we're kind of in the third act, or the third act for the four characters now. We're starting with Carissa, which is what we start with each time, and like we're supposed to meet up with our father, probably something to do with the lineage and taking over the crime, the family business, as it were. So let's get going. Oh, yeah, see. Hey, I'm trying to talk. I want to say something. Can I say something? Awkward. Anyways, we're like magnets. Ready? Let's be. I'm the North Bear, and you are the North Bear. Let's go. Anyways, alright, I'll stop being silly now. It's Noir. Be serious. Trash. It's a pizza week. Is it a pizza week? Every week's pizza week. Empty bottles of whiskey and stale dried plastic. It's been here so long it doesn't even smell anymore. All the aroma is gone. Looks like warnings, but the writing is long since faded. So, we usually refer to these things as, well, cleanup, or a sweep. Of course, back in the day, we called it a touch-up. Changing terms is good, though. A little confusing for old heads like mine, but you make do. So the terminology changed, but the work remained the same? That's about right, yeah. Of course, some things always change. They get more difficult. Experience counts for a lot nowadays. So you're saying you have plenty of experience? Well, yes, but not necessarily by choice. But some things just need doing. You pick it up as you go. Figure out how to do it quickly and thoroughly. Barbed wire. Reminds me of a con hotel. Do what quickly? Cleaning bloodstains, hiding bodies? Yes, not pretty job, Clarissa. That's why I wanted you to stay in the car. Not an option. You know that. Speaking of knowing, What do you know about this particular cleanup? Not much. Got word from one of the other corpos. Other capos. I'm not in the lingo, as you can tell. Told me it was cleared with your father. All I got was a location, and well, that's usually enough for me. Go to this address and clean our mess is enough? Trust me, the fewer questions you ask, the easier it is. I'm usually the one sending a crew to deal with it. It's rare for me to be personally assigned to a touch-up. I mean a cleanup. Now, I'm going to say this, like, the older term actually covers it up a little bit more about what it actually is. Like, a cleanup is like, hey, man, we're going to go do a cleanup. Are you ready? It's like, yeah, sure, people normally go on exposés to go clean something up, quote-unquote. Like, a touch-up makes it sound like you're touching base with somebody, or there's cleanup is just way too on the nose for what is actually going on for it to be a code phrase. I'm sorry, touch up is better. This other capo, who is he? Another capo. That's all that matters. Do you trust him? He's another capo. Of course I do. Well, of course, that settles that. Good. Come on, Clarissa. We've got it. We've still got some ways to keep going. Let's keep moving. Clarissa, you coming? Yeah, I'm not turning back now. Can't say anything now, can you? Ha ha ha. Magnet bear. You can never touch. We can never be close. Bread and butter. How did you, like, that just makes it weird, okay? Like, we're walking in the same pace and I suddenly stop and he stops. Like, how do you know? How do you know what I'm doing back here? Do you have eyes everywhere? Anyways, what was this? Stairs? Looks like it leads up to a bunch of apartments. Can't imagine this ever being a nice place to live, though. The seats are stained, some type of stale black liquid. Wonder if it was always that color. It's a car. Of course it was that color. Still in decent shape. Good to know that after we're all dead and gone, plastic and rubber will live on forever. Well, they eventually decompose. Eventually. I'm going downstairs. Going upstairs? Up the escalator, down the escalator. Up the escalator. You're being silly, Clara. You've never been out this far, have you? I'm usually not allowed to. That's not what I asked, is it? Stole Dad's car once. Drove past this place but never went in. Well, you've got no real reason to. Like I said, there's nothing out here except the damn dam. I added the damn. You found a purpose for this place though, haven't you? Me and the other capos use this place for all sorts of things. Deals, arguments, meetings, and disposal. Arguments? There's always going to be arguments. Earners, capos, crew. Happens to the best of us. Usually resolved easily, but sometimes it takes a little bit more finesse. Finality. Which means what, Uncle? It means sometimes we drive back to the city with an empty seat in the car. Been more rides like that lately than I'd care to admit. Didn't used to be like that. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Clarissa, you gotta read between the lines, darling. He's coming. Like they're gonna off Clarissa. They're gonna attempt to off Clarissa. Like that's what I'm getting now. Me reading subtext. I could be wrong, but I'm getting that feeling right now. Don't you ever you'll worry you'll be the one to stay someday? It's always a possibility, Clarissa. Keeps you on your toes. Keeps you smart. There's always someone batting for your spot. Whether or not they succeed depends on if you see them coming or not. You think someone's coming for you?
Yeah.
The younger, newer crew, well, if it's not a problem yet, it'll be soon. They start acting out, getting brave. Won't be surprised if those kids were starting to come here on their own accord, settling their own deals. Makes sense. This is an isolated, safe spot. It's a useful meeting place. Notice the complete avoidance of the elevator. Well, I mean, to be fair, for most furry cons, you need to use the stairs if you want to get somewhere. I suppose so. This is about as ugly as our business gets. So I'm glad to see you're not. Well, I'm glad to see you've got stomach. You don't get used to it. Even I try not to. Used to be cleaner back in the day. Be real, Uncle. Things were just as brutal back in the day. It wasn't like this. There was a sense of honor to what we did. A sense of tradition, of respect. Now it's profit. Now it's my father running things. That's the real issue. I know you have your differences, kid. You may not agree with everything he does, but he does what he can. Now come on, let's get up these stairs. The view's nice. Invisible wall. I know, I was just this way, Clarissa. We get to the top. We get to the top. Oh, top. Rusted shut makes you wonder how structurally sound this place is. It's a rope. For your dope. It's dope on a rope.
Huh? Yeah.
Told you, didn't I? You can see real far from here. I'll take your word for it. All I see is fog and concrete. It's there. Make no mistake. You just need to look forward. You just need to look forward. See past the clouds, past the gray. The city looks the same. Gray, foggy, dark.
Hey.
But that doesn't make your home any less real, does it? Doesn't make a warm meal or a soft bed any less comforting. Be happy for the smaller things, that's what you're saying. That's what keeps you going. That's what I've found, at least. I'm not sure. I'd rather look forward at what could be. Just remember, Clarissa. Dreams easily shift into fantasy. And fantasy never got anyone anywhere. You're wrong. Ambition gets us anywhere. Ambitions are a fickle thing, kid. Such as dreams, same as fantasy. Do you have any ambition, Uncle? I've learned to settle. To be happy with my lot. It makes life a lot easier. A lot more enjoyable. That's easy for you to say, Uncle. Not everyone's lot is as agreeable as yours. No, I suppose not. Ah, look. We've almost there. Just down these stairs and we've arrived. Yeah, I'm coming. No, Clarissa, down here, just below us. So, like, they have a single trigger, and it doesn't matter if I move to the left first. I do that. I do weird things like that. Goodbye, old man. Down the stairs. No, you can't see it. You weren't wrong, Uncle. That's one hell of a view. Just a shame it's such a depressing one. Not sure if that's the city in the distance or just more of this. What's that smell? Oh, it's a dead body. Below the pier, soaked in seawater and partially covered in kelp, rests a cocoon of rags, the concealed content betrayed by tufts of fur and skin sticking up between the wrappings. A thin, frail hand sticks out on one side. On one end, 2 feet, mangled and twisted, and the other, you glimpse a young face. What little you see of the eyes are glazed over and still. The features are delicate, pale, lifeless, and distinctly feminine. This is, or was, a young girl. The color of the fur has faded, but the shape and contortion of the feet seem, even from a distance, unnatural and painful. Even after being subjected to the elements and tossed around, it's clear to see that the body has been wrapped with little care. Loose ends washed up against the rocks make it clear that only a select few of the wrappings holding the body in place, around the shoulders, arms, and waist. She's what, Uncle? Go on, tell me. Just a kid. Just a little girl. What happened here? We're going back to the car. Now. Uncle, listen to me. The car, Clarissa. Now. This place doesn't smell like the waterfront in the city. It's stale. Cold. Well, this was a waste of our time. Careful how you slept, Clarissa. The dam is opening. Living in captivity? Not anymore. She couldn't have been older than 15, 16. She's just 16 years old. Leave her alone. Never mind. Maybe Frankie knows. Yeah, but that one's not about Shepard. It wasn't always like this. That one's a little inappropriate considering the subject matter of the song. I need to find a spot for her somewhere. Dirty old man, the dirty old man free frame. I don't know if they were a one-hit wonder. I do know that the musician came from the city, nearest where I grew up, which is kind of weird. Which is why it was popular on the radio probably around where we lived. Which is weird and problematic. But I want you to know. Anyways, stay by the car. You need my help, Uncle. Face it. Clarissa, stay by the car. Wake up, Clemens. These aren't the good old days anymore. I know it's hard. I know it's tough. It's always tough, but you're young. You're angry. It'll pass. Maybe, but when? A year? 2? 20? I'm done waiting, Uncle.
Hey.
And what are you supposed to do? Waltz in your father's office and ask nicely? No, I'm gonna waltz into his office and kill the son of a bitch. Calissa, you're not thinking straight. You're all worked up. Seeing a dead body, it does that to you. Let it go. I can't let it go. I won't. You give it time. Compose yourself. Don't let your temper get the best of you. All I ask is you think about it. You know I'm right. If now, when time. I'll think about it. I can't. Won't promise anything, but I'll think about it. For now, I need to take care of that body. I'm coming with you. No, you're not. Stay here and cool off. I'll be right back. You could use my help, and you know that. That doesn't matter. You don't need this right now. Shit, I don't need this right now. And you have to cool down. End of discussion. If that's important to you, fine. Thank you. This will be over soon. I promise. Clemens is unconvinced that you'd be able to change anything. Back to Howard later. The third year at the guest town. Back to college.
Aw.
Howie, it's cold. I told you to dress warm, man. And I did, and I'm still cold. Oh, should I get... We'll head back to the dorm in a minute, man. Don't worry. And what exactly are we doing here? Are we doing that again? Taking pictures? Oh, right, for your final project. Well, let's try to do this as fast as possible. I got a lead on a place in Yaletown that could be perfect for us. I figured we could swing by on our way back. There it is, the ulterior motive. It's not an ulterior motive if it's for both of us. I just want to help you finish your project so you'll stop putting off our hunt for an apartment. We need to settle on something fast before all the good ones get taken. What if the good ones are already taken? We'll just have to get one of the bad ones then. Just know that anytime you complain about the place, I'm going to remind you it's your fault for dragging your feet. Let's get back to taking pictures, alright?
Alright.
So, this final project of yours, where do we start? Right here. Grandfather's steam? Sure. That's it though? Just one snap and we're gone? No, I think we need more than that. Just some surrounding shots to build a mood, show off Gastown for what it really is. What do you have in mind? Plenty of characters here, stories to tell. Would make for great pictures.
Hey.
That's settled then. Where do you want to start? Start with the grandfather clock. Yeah, in that case, looks like we might have a problem. Did you get a good look at the clock yet? I noticed. Looks like one of its hands is missing. Weird. Think it fell off? By itself? No chance. Something or someone must have broken it off. You think? What a weird thing to steal. What now then? Let's ask around. I guess so. Ready to go? Alright. Masks! Get your masks! You alive in there? From my perspective, I seem to be. But that doesn't necessarily make it so. You look cold. Are you cold? Ah, yes. Well, that's just a necessary sacrifice I'm willing to make and test out this little theory of mine. If you're trying to figure out if snow is cold, I think your theory's already been proven. Oh no. I'm just trying to see if it's possible to establish a non-transactional relationship with geezers, you see. Non-transactional? Well, you see, every day for the past few years, I've been coming out here to feed the local geezers. I felt like we had established a rapport, a trust. But the other day, I forgot to bring my trusty seed bag, and they looked at me like a common stranger. It's that I realized that must have been just a middleman to them all along, a bag bearer. Maybe they think you and the bag are one and the same. Without it, maybe they don't even recognize you. An interesting hypothesis, and one not too far from my own. That's why I've hidden the bag, you see, and I'm staying as still as physically possible. And why exactly are you staying still? Well, I've seen plenty of geezers establish bonds with inanimate objects when there's nothing for them to gain. Statues, bike racks, fire hydrants. So I'm trying to discover if if it's possible to develop a similar bond. What are you hoping to get out of that exactly? I certainly don't expect to be writing any papers on it, if that's what you're asking. It's interesting enough in its own right to think about geezers and their perception of the world, don't you think? Sitting here, motionless and observant, is a pleasant enough deviation from my normal routine. Normal routine, as in a job? Happily retired, thank you very much. And I'd wager you, since we're on the topic, don't even have a job to retire from. Let me guess, you're a student. Yep. And you're here for an assignment, I'm guessing. Either photography or some sort of creative writing. Yeah, I'm a photography major. A Thaddeus Rocker. I taught a few buildings down from yours. You see, the God dang it. You're gonna make me read these complicated words in this voice. The Chauncey Billingsley Department of Physics. I'm guessing Chauncey was an odd one himself, but he was long before even my time. I digress, though. Is there something you need? I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. All right, then. What can I do for you? I can't hear you. What can I do for you? What if I take a picture of you? A picture of me? Why? Why not? Well, it stands to reason that you would have a reason. In which case, I'd like to know the reason. Isn't the act of photography enough of a reason? The act? How do you mean, boy? You've piqued my interest. Art is an expression and such needs no reason. I don't need a reason to smile either, do I? Huh! I never thought of it like that before. I suppose that's why I never lectured in the arts. Very interesting, my boy. I won't argue. Shoot away. So, can I move the camera? Ah, there it is. I think I don't want the post in there. That'd be funny if I took a picture of the bus as it passed by. Okay, there we go. You can actually zoom in or zoom out. I think it's good framing. There. All done. Think it'll come out alright? I didn't move, did I? Stellar, thanks, man. Oops. Fair enough. Alright, I'm off. Oh, mind if I ask you something else? Alright then, what can I do for you? Any idea what happened to that clock? Oh yes, it's missing a hand, isn't it? Any idea who did it? I'm afraid not, no. I can keep watch for you from now on, but I doubt I'll be much help. You see, I seem to have come down with a mild case of snow blindness. Anyways, thanks. Anything else I can help you with? No, I'm off. I've got young kids stuff to do. Son, where's the carrot? We're almost done. Doesn't matter. Some copper's gonna take it all down before tomorrow morning anyway. No way. We built it sturdy like that. They need like a big shovels and hammers to knock this one over. Got thrown out the last time I tried to take pictures in here. Guess they really don't want anyone taking pictures of their clientele. Wonder why. Pricey. You could buy an apartment for less than what this place would charge you to furnish it.
Hey.
What do you want? I didn't say anything. Yeah, but you're all up in our space, so I'm gonna ask you again. What do you want? I like to ask a few questions.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. About the clock over there. That shitty steam thing? What about it? Hand's missing. Any idea who did it? How am I supposed to know? Not some old biddy staring out the window to keep track of the neighborhood. I drink and smoke. And screw. Sounds pretty tight. Sounds pretty tight? Dude, stop. You're really embarrassing yourself. If you can't handle my vibes, just say so. Not for the reason you think I can't, you fucking dork. Ah, yeah, cool. Are you done asking weird questions now? No, I want to know more about the clock. That shitty steam thing? What about it? The hand's missing. Any idea who did it?
Alright.
I want to ask you about something else. Uh-huh. What are you up to? Whatever we want. What's it to you? Doesn't seem like your kind of neighborhood, which probably means you're here for a reason. We're here exactly because it isn't our neighborhood. The bougie shitheads that live here hate dealing with anyone who isn't one of them, especially when they look like us. And since we're got to hang out somewhere, why not kill two geezers with one brick? You shouldn't throw things at geezers. It's an expression, dumbass. What kind of sick fuck would actually hurt a sweet little geezer? Alright, let's talk a little bit more about you. Alright, what is it? What do you guys do for fun? Each other. Oh my god, really? Sounds messy. Nah, we always clean up after. I meant emotionally. Oh. Yeah, we try not to have any of those. Sounds kind of pleasant. It's not pleasant. It's nothing. Avoid. Aren't you paying attention? Let's talk about more about you. How do you three know each other? Juvie. Apollo was in there for buying drugs off a cop. Ajax is in there for selling drugs to a cop. I got busted for mouthing off to a cop. After we met, we realized we could just do all that shit to each other and leave the cops out of the equation. How's that working out for you? I'm here, ain't I? She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly. That one I'm not familiar with, actually. Sounds like it's working. That's a lot of booze. Somehow I doubt they've got a student discount on beer, though. Poochie's Reads. Looks like they got sort of knickknacks besides books, too. Oh, Leona, please don't pout. Maybe Mama will be able to buy you a nice toy next solstice. Or the one after. Now let's head home. It's a long way back to the east. Excuse me. Excuse me, are you eavesdropping on us? Eavesdropping? You were speaking very loudly. Oh, I'm sorry. Was my little Luna disrupting an otherwise perfect day? It must be such a burden to have to acknowledge a struggling mother who can't afford to buy a simple toy for her baby girl. These aren't simple toys. They're wildly overpriced, probably because this is the wealthiest area of town. Oh, I suppose you think my daughter and I shouldn't even step foot outside of our little hovel in the West End. can't have us poors upsetting Gastown gentry with their tattered rags, can we? I'm sorry if I made you feel unwelcome. You think words are gonna make up for this? Words are cheap. Words are nothing. If you really want to make it up to us, go in there and get my daughter a nice proper toy. And don't forget the receipt. I can't afford that. I'm just a student, and a poor one at that. A student, I suppose I could have guessed from the clothes. Oh, well, now who's being condescending? Jesus Christ. What's wrong with my clothes? Well, they're about 2 decades out of fashion, which means they should be due for a revival if you can hold on to them for a while longer. Though I doubt those janky threads will be able to hold up that much longer. You seem to sure know a lot about the finer things. What? Oh, well that's just because we're in dire straits. That's not working. That's the way we do it. We play our guitar. Oh, no. Anyway. Doesn't mean I have to be ignorant. Maybe I like to motivate myself with the finer things. What are you accusing me of? Maybe you're a little better off than you're making yourself out to be. And maybe you're an idiot. I mean, look at you, roaming the street without a mask during the solstice. I hope the goddess has her way with you tonight. Oh my, what's the safe word? That's what oh God, that's what I... Anyway, made myself choke on my own water. The goddess? You don't know about the goddess? You need to get yourself some religion, boy. Now get lost. You're scaring off the others. What others? Ah, never mind. Just leave us alone. If you're not going to be of any help. I just want to ask a couple questions. Yeah, what? About the clock over there. The ridiculous clock? What about it? The hand's missing. Any idea who did it? I summoned some of those awful teens hanging around it earlier. They were laughing, too. And not the nice kind of laughing, the kind where you're up to something. Can you describe them a little more? They hang out as a group and dress all the same. One of them bumped into Leona yesterday and refused to say I'm sorry. They just kept walking. What were you doing here yesterday? You said you weren't from around here. Did I say yesterday? I meant earlier today. The whole incident really rattled me. And my daughter even more so. You know, when you get the piece back from them, you can force them to buy her something nice to make up for it. You really need to let that one go. Anything else? Let me ask you about something else. A picture? Picture? How much you gonna pay us? Nothing, it's just for a class assignment. I'm not about to let my daughter be exploited. Says the one exploiting her daughter. Jesus. Like, oh my God, like, this character, I've gotta say, I love it because it's like the most hypocritical character I've ever seen in my life. I love it because I hate it so much. I'm not about to let my daughter be exploited. I'm going to need some kind of offering to make it worth my, her while. I don't really have anything. You know what I want? A nice toy for my little girl. The fancier the better. You get that? Then you get your picture. But hurry up. The last bus back to Granville is a couple of hours, and Leona hates to walk. Wait, didn't you say you lived in West End?
Yeah.
Fuck! I mean, I just... Well, we have to stop at Gransville because, look, I don't have to answer to you. Wait, are you con artists? Shut up! Shut up! Winter Solace is one of our biggest days of the year, and I'm not going to have some art brat ruin that for us. How you gonna stop me? Alright, alright. What do you want? A fucking picture? Fine, take your fucking picture. That's as wide as it goes. What I would like to do is I would like to like turn the frame on its side, but I don't think I can do that. Oop. That's fine. Okay, hope you don't get stopped by a cop. Bye! Yeah, now if you wind up selling that, I expect a three-way split. Don't worry, no one's gonna buy this. Psst, cheapskate! So are we done here or what? Yeah, see ya. Let me see if I can get pictures out of the crew over here.
Yeah.
Can I take a picture of you guys? Yeah, I knew you were a creep. Called the second you walked over here with that hophead. It's from my photography class. I'm a student of the Thaddeus Rock. So what? You just pay someone to teach you how to use a camera? What are you, too dumb to read a fucking manual? Nope, too lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least you're honest. Tell you what, you hook us up with some smokes. We'll take whatever creep photo you want. Deal? What am I supposed to do to get smokes? You're a big boy. Figure it out. Anything else? The geezers seem mostly to regard each other as equals, bumping, honking, and shoving against each other whenever deemed appropriate to do so. Continuous observation reveals that appears to be some notion of gerontomatic rule. The eldest of the geezers, a large graying one, appears to be treated with more respect than the others. All geese are equal, it seems, but some more than others. That's a classic reference. I'll bear that in mind. Might be useful information. The geezers regard you with suspicions, but soon return to their scheduled gutter picking. I want to ask you geezers something. You guys know something about the clock over there? Honkity honk. Never mind, actually. Mind if I take a picture of you? The geezers mostly ignore your request and remain too spread out to nicely capture a picture. Would you mind grouping a bit? They make it a point to ignore you as loudly as possible. You'll need to bribe them. Fine, fine. What else is new? How come you're hanging out in the street? Honk, 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 because we're cars. Aren't you worried about traffic? Honk, sure. Best shakes in Gastown. The mannequins in there are better dressed than I am. Service entrance is out back. He's a mechanic. Is that your standard greeting for my kind? No offense, kid. Our kind doesn't have business in this neighborhood unless it's, well, business. And what's your business, friend? Mechanic. All kinds. You bust it, I'll fix it. Name's Lincoln. What's your line? I'm a student. Photography major. major. Good for you, kid. I mean, it might not lead to anything, but it's always nice to know you gave it a shot. No regrets. What kind of pictures you take? Still haven't decided yet. Best way to be, never put yourself in a corner. I learned how to fix every type of clock in the city has to offer, and even with that, work's still pretty tight. Interesting. Mind if I ask you a few questions? What's on your mind? About the clock over there. Ah, yes. Grandfather's steam. What about it? One of the hands is missing. Any idea what happened? Come to think of it, I did see those punk kids snickering over about it earlier. I bet it's them. What punks? Ah, you'll know them when you see them. Shitty clothes, shitty attitudes. Stick out like a sore thumb in these parts. Can't you just fix it? Nuh-uh. That's a city clock. Any work on it has to come through the proper channels. Whole process usually takes 2 to 3 months. Once it does, ka-ching. I ain't clever, but not dumb enough to fix it for free. Wow, well, thanks for the help. Can I have some of the smokes, man? Smokes? I don't know. How old are you, kid? What are you, my dad? Psst. Alright, fine. Here you go. Don't you get me... But you didn't get these from me, alright? Oh, that's another thing. Can I take a picture of you? A picture? No, I don't look so good in pictures. Come on, man. Anything I could do to change your mind? Well, there's something you could do. Here's this envelope. I need you to destroy it for me. What is it and why? I stole it from a building manager's mailbox. I saw a tenant I had an argument with drop it off and figured it might be a letter of complaint. Turns out it was a winter solstice card. Now I have to destroy the thing. Can't risk getting caught. Was there money inside that card? What? What do you take me for? I mean, yeah, there might have been a gift certificate, but that's not money. It's basically a coupon. If it's basically a coupon, why didn't you ask me to destroy it along with the card? Huh. Well, that's because it would be wrong to waste it. I mean, it's not the gift card's fault that I thought it was a compliment letter. Look, I made a stupid mistake. How about I donate it to charity? Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll donate it to charity. What charity? I don't know, kid. I don't even know if charities accept gift certificates. How about this? Instead, I'll take whatever still you want so long as you keep this between us. That's all you needed to say. Please hurry up and take the photo. That's it. You done? Nice camera, by the way. Thanks for doing this. Alright, now that we're done, or what? Yeah. Howard tried to expose the whole world in one night? I know, right? Very busy, very busy. I know, right? This one actually has some backbone. Dun 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 dun. So you guys want some smokes? You just gonna hand them out like that? Shit, yeah, I'll take some smokes.
Huh?
How come your friends won't talk to me? Because they're my friends, not yours. Next question. About the clock over there. That shitty thing? What about it? Everyone's saying they saw you take it. Everyone? Psst, balls. Balls my ass, just admit it. Ugh, fine. It was us. So what? You fucking figured it out, narc? Just give me the piece and we won't have a problem. Give me the piece? Man, you really are a dork, aren't you? Fine. I'll give it back, but on one condition. What's that? Before you put the hand back, I want you to take this felt pen and draw a big dick under the hour hand. That way, we'll be long gone before anyone sees it. Time passes, and to reveal a giant fat chode. It'll be hilarious. I don't know about this. Just do it, man. I'll think about it.
Uh-huh.
Here he is. Did you do it? Did the extinct... Oh, sorry. Not yet. I'll be back. This is very, like, Peanuts-like. Nice. Nice. I'm a messy king, too. Hello there, young man. I see you're not wearing a mask. It's Winter Solstice today, don't you know? Winter Solstice? By Shepherd's Flame. Young people these days. Yes, the darkest day of the year in many ways. Hence the fire, hence the masks. Where do you live? Who is your priest? I'd like to have a word with him. I live in the dorms, I guess. I'm a student. Puh. Is Father Naili not tending to the herd? Or are you kids skipping out on sermons? It wouldn't be a surprise, not one bit. He's got more of a hands-off approach. We like it that way. So you've come to warm yourself by the fire. It's kind of nice, actually. By the flame of the shepherd, my boy. The start and the end of all things. We are made by fire, and we die in flame. The warmth is what sustains us. The love of the shepherd. You see, many seek the comfort of the shepherd without wanting to devote themselves to him. They think it's a comfort given to them, but no, it has to be earned. Earned how exactly? Like I said, devotion. By living a virtuous life, following the tenets of the scripture, and by singing his praises. Not much of a singer. Don't get cute with me, boy. Prayer, of course, is a fine start, but the true color of devotion lies in keeping the shepherd and his teachings in your mind and heart at all times. So, then go to church, confess your sins, and be a good citizen. Yes, most certainly. So what, if I go to church, I'll be saved? If your heart's truly in it, then yes. Oh man, salvation is easy. You know, so let's get your attention. I've got this envelope that I'm supposed to destroy. Mind if I throw it in the fire? You must understand, this isn't just a bonfire, it's a beacon of the shepherd's light. Oh, sorry. Mind if I throw this envelope in the beacon of the shepherd's light? It depends on what you're burning. Oh, you know, sinful stuff. Go ahead. Goodbye, porn collection! Oh, God. Can I take their picture or no? Okay, nope. Lying is a sin too, by the way. You're going to hell. Or, well, it's technically bearing false witness. Technically, that is bearing false witness, what he just did. Lying is not a sin. Bearing false witness is a sin, which is usually lying in order to get a leg up or down on the world around you for yourself, or your group and kin or whatever. Not to, like, if you're lying to protect something or someone, that's different. In my mind, that's why I think it's bearing false witness rather than lying is what's actually written as the rule. But that was bearing false witness because, like, I was actually burning something that was not, like, I told him I was burning something to get on his good side, basically. Say, hey, yeah, I'm burning porn, ha ha ha. I saw you found that missing hand. Good work, kid. What can I say? I have a way with people. You really do. You ever think about being a detective or something? Probably pays better than this artsy stuff. What? No, let's talk about something else. What's on your mind? I burned the letter like you asked. Oh, thank the shepherd. I know I'm probably being paranoid, but those building managers tend to have eyes everywhere. Enough chat, more snap. Fine, fine, whenever you're ready. Didn't I take a picture of you already? That's it? You're done? Nice camera, by the way. Thanks for doing this. What is that ticking sound? Once the hand is clicked into place, it pauses briefly before picking up pace, ensuring the passage of time continues unfettered. Good to have you back, Papa.
Yeah!
Here it is, all fixed up. All I could say, and all ready to tell the time. You did it, man. What a weird thing to spend an evening on. All that matters is we got to hang out, Larry. Psst. We spend every evening together, man. Usually, anyway. You gonna take a picture of that clock or what? About right there, maybe. Maybe a little bit more to the left. Well, what do you think? Was it worth it? Of course, man. It's gonna be great. It better be. We worked hard for it not to be. You sure you got a good one? We'll see once I develop it, you nerd. So you did take all the shots you wanted? Are we done here? Yep. Looks like that was the last one. Oh shit. Really? I guess we're done then? Look at us, crime-solving duo, Howard and Larry. I mean, to be fair, I just kind of floated around, tried not to get cold. You did the heavy lifting. Isn't this the guy that drives me around in the other game? So did you see any of it coming from where you were standing? I don't know, man. I'm not surprised. O'Clock looks like it's an easy target for some kind of fun. Besides, those guys stick around in Gastown more than we do. Yeah, it's whatever. So what now? I'm gonna get going? There's something I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah, what's up? What do we do once it's all over, man? Step 1, find an apartment. Step 2, we move in. The next steps are fucking dance, my dude. And if they aren't?
Huh?
I don't... What do you mean? All these plans, man, what if they don't work out? What are you getting at, man? The plans, man, our plans. By which you mean... You know, where to live, how to live, and with whom. Home, okay. How would listen? I know what you're trying to say, and that's fine. Are you sure, man? Yeah, if you find someone else you want to live with, that's fine. Great, even. I'm not gonna stand in your way. Why would I? Yeah, but what about you? What about me? I'll move into the apartment next door. I'll come around every day, hang on your couch. You can come hang out on mine too. It's that easy? I don't see why it wouldn't be. This seems a bit too easy. Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. Whatever happens, I'll be around for you. And you'll be around for me, right? Of course, man. Then let's not worry about what will and won't happen, alright? Nothing's gonna break us apart, okay? Howie and Larry forever. That's it. That's right. You feeling better? Yeah, I think so. Good. We'll be fine. Now can we get off the street? I swear it's getting colder and darker by the minute. Alright. Come on, let's go then. Plan, boss. The plans. Renee Wilson. Enjoy it while it lasts, Renee. The calm before the storm. It's time to get it over with, that's all it is. You've been using him as a crutch for far too long. Anytime an article got rejected or you got passed over for a big story, you'd use him to soften the blow. No biggie, Lucas has us covered. You allowed it to dampen your fire and your writing. I could have been more thorough in my research. That's an understatement. That article was a mess, but that's to be expected. Writing about systemic corruption requires way more fact-checking than covering a grocery store opening. But that's just a matter of practice. You'll get there. People are counting on me. You'll need to back that up, though. Allies at other papers to amplify your narrative if the publisher tries to bury it again. And a team of editors who fight tooth and nail to see that that doesn't happen. The work should speak for itself. Where? In some perfect moral universe where good triumphs over evil, the only people who will remember that article are the ones you pissed off. The ones who are taking it out on Lucas right now. He'll be fine. Maybe, but what happens next time you come across a story like this? Will you report it to the best of your abilities, or will you compromise your values to protect the ones you love? Or write the truth? Then you know what you have to do. Oh no, we're gonna break up. That's a surprise. Huh. I mean, I tried. Can't distract myself with work anymore. It's too late. I'll miss this view. Feed the lizard. Hey. Hey. You doing okay? Yeah, I guess. Alright then. You needed to talk? I did. Having a hard time doing it, but I need to. Alright, come on. Sit down, will you? Did you eat yet? I picked up a beet wrap from the gas station on the way home. Was it good? It was from the gas station from down the road. So I'm guessing the answer is no. Long day? Long enough. It's like they're going out of their way to break any semblance of routine I have. I think this is the first time I've had a regular shift in weeks. I'm sorry. I didn't say it was your fault. Oh yeah, I kind of read. Yeah, I did kind of read between the lines that he was a cop when we talked, right? So like now they're punishing him because I wrote an article that was like questioning what the cops were doing. That's not corrupt at all. No, I mean sorry that you're back in traffic. Oh yeah, me too. So, what do you wanted to talk about? Lucas, I'm not happy, and I don't think I have been for a while. Like, I don't like any of these options. Like, if she really believes that, like, their relationship cannot work. I guess I could start with our relationship, but like she could just come out and say, like, you know, clearly they're punishing you for being in a relationship with me, and I don't think that's fair to you, right? And that's making our relationship. Alright, well, that's kind of what I thought was going to be. Still don't know if I'm ready to hear it. Sorry, Lucas, I figured you know I'd rip the band-aid off. Yeah, no, I get it. So, where do you want to start? I'm not sure. How do you feel about it? I don't know. Well, not sure how to phrase it. zoned out, almost numb. Are you happy, Lucas? Aren't you? You were, at least. I think we were both very happy. But, you know, things have changed, right? Yeah, I mean, I know we're going through a rough patch. I think it's more than a rough patch, Lucas. Okay, well, how long have you felt this way? A few months. Alright, anything in particular that got you feeling this way? I think you know, Lucas. I do. Wait, this is all because of that article? The fire in West End? Have we not put that behind us already? No, Lucas, we have not.
Yeah.
Right. That whole ordeal kind of turned everything upside down for both of us. Yeah, it's not right the way they started treating you at work. It's fine. I still have a job. I can handle the looks and the jabs. I just wish it hadn't happened. I wish it hadn't messed with your head so much. I can't undo anything. What happened any less than know how that affected me. I'm not saying you need to unsee it. I think it's just, you know, healthy to consider that things are out of control, you know? And I think you're wrong. Alright, don't get defensive. I'm just trying to state my case here. I'm not the bad guy. I don't think I am either. I know you're doing your best. I know when you get an idea in your head, there's no way of getting it out. I don't know how you got to this one. That's just I still don't understand some things. I don't understand why this is happening. Why you'd want to just end things like this. I just ask you to be patient, okay? I'm trying to keep up. I'll try. Alright. Okay. Let me put it like this. Is it something I'm doing or something I'm not doing? It's not as simple as that. Isn't it? Renee, am I doing something wrong? That's a yes or no question. It really isn't. Great. Okay, sure. Thanks for trying to explain it. Fine, you're welcome. What about all our friends? Everyone we see, everyone we meet up with. You met them through me. What'll they think? I don't care what they think. Listen, you're being unreasonable. What about Lisa, Eddie, Monique? You get along with them so well. Don't you think they'll miss you? If they miss me, they can come see me. Come see you? You're really just gonna walk out way like that? Come on, Renee. I'm begging you to see reason. If they leave, they weren't really my friends to begin with. Renee, come on. You can't make it alone. I'll meet new people. At your age? I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. How about we sleep on it? Sleep on it? Look, I know we've been distant. That's on me. Lots of work, lots of exhaustion. Maybe all we need is to just I don't know, rekindle the spark that we once had. I don't think that'll help either of us right now, Lucas. Well, you said you were hurting. Maybe it would ease the pain for a bit. At the very least, you know, remind you of the good times. The only thing I need is time. Time away from things. Time to change. You don't need time away. You need time with me. Time away from me is what got you here. The less we talked, the less we did stuff together, the further away you got. Sounds like you've been unhappy too then. Have you stopped to consider that? At times, sure, but that's just relationships. That's what they're like, right? Bleh, bleh. Yeah, ugh. I'm a cop. I'm not much of a talker, okay? At times, sure, but they're just relationships. That's what they're like. Oh my God, why am I tripping on that so hard? That's what they're like. They're like. That's what they're. Wow, when I put on that accent, I cannot actually say they're like. That is weird. That's what they're like. Bleh. That's what they're like. Because the problem is, like, when I do the gruffy voice, like, my tongue is lower, so it's hard for me to do the ear like, which is kind of funny. I'm at times sure, but that's just relationships. That's what they're like, right? I'll take that. They're not. They don't have to be, Lucas. You don't have to feel this way. That's why I have to leave. Listen. I see where you're coming from. I don't think it's as final as you're making it. Well, you know, there's counseling for this sort of thing. Therapy. You hate therapy. I know. I just figured that, well, if that's what it takes, I'm willing to try it. You can't just do it because it's a last resort. But, listen, I get it now. I don't think it was needed before, but now I understand. I'm okay with doing counseling if that's what it takes. What did I just say? This is neither compromise nor ultimatum, Lucas. We wouldn't be doing it for the right reasons. Please, Renee, consider it. I'll think about it. Until then, I'm still moving out. Why? Just be here with me. We can work it out. No reason to go already. No, I'm going. Today. Alright, okay. I'll let you get to it then. Packing and all that. I'll take care of the dishes. Maybe see if I can find a counselor in the paper. Yeah. Something tells me this is gonna really go south. Notice British and American, yeah. Because they're very distinct, like, phonemes. And it's like when you're training your tongue a certain way to read something, that can get tricky. Radio says they're on their way. Should be less than 12 hours. About time. About time. 6 months is way too much. Easy, Ellie. All they said is that they'd be collecting the artifact. No word on what they're doing with us. What else will they do? Without the artifact, our work here is done. We'll probably get a raise, right? Do they still name discoveries after the people who found them? I don't know. Georgely, that's what we'll call it. A Georgelian light form. Uh-huh. Earth to George. Do you follow the scripture, Ellie? No, but I appreciate the value it brings to others, even if I don't understand it. That's very refreshing to hear, Eli. Most of our colleagues in Science City aren't as open-minded about the Shepherd's teachings. Are you familiar with the story of the sighted skeptic? Can't say that I have. What's it about? Years ago, long before the creation of the wall, the shepherd would scour the wastelands, guiding lost followers through the mountains, towards the Promised Land. The path was treacherous, and the elevation so high that each follower would inevitably become blinded by the sun, forcing them to rely on his voice for guidance. Probably just temporarily blindness, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. After reaching the city, the shepherd promised to guide them towards the ocean, where their sight would be restored by the cool waters of the Great Blue. Nice. One year, a follower named Mikkel was so afraid of losing his sight, even temporarily, that he covered his eyes with bandages in advance to protect them from the sun's ray. Nod. Once the flock descended from the highest plains of the mountain, Mikkel began to remove his bandages. Finally able to see, Mikkel became acutely aware of all the dangers that surrounded them. He started screaming words of warnings to his fellow travelers, causing them to doubt the shepherd's calm directives, leading some of them to misstep and tumble down the mountain towards their deaths. The chaos caused by Michael's warnings to become even louder, even more hysterical. Even more of the followers began to lose their footing and began to fall. Despite desperate to stop this carnage, the shepherd marched towards Michael and struck him off with his staff until he fell unconscious. With Michael silenced, the followers were soon able to continue along their path, following Shepherd's calmed and trusted voice towards the city, where their sights were soon restored, and their rest of their days were spent in health and prosperity. What happened to Michael? I believe that Michael remains at the top of that mountain to this very day, where he screams into the void, too paralyzed by fear to move. Okay, so what's your point? Well, much like Michael, we have now seen things that we aren't supposed to see, which makes us a liability. You're talking about the artifact. Not exactly, that may be part of it. I'm talking about leaving the city. That we know what it's actually like out here. How does that make us a liability? How many people can you name that have returned from the city after leaving it? I can't. We'd be the first. And why do you suppose this is? Why has no one else come back from beyond the wall? Because we're better than them. We braved the elements. No, it's because they killed them on the way back. Did we? Because outside that one incident with the artifact, this expedition has been fairly routine. No real threats, no big dangers. Just the hot sun and our clashing personalities. So if it's not the elements killing the other teams, what is it?
You tell me.
This is just a theory, but what I'm thinking, back in the city, we're penned in, cornered, easy to control. The apes owned all the land, so we have to do whatever they want, just to throw silver for our families to sleep in. Scarcity is key, Eli. If the people knew that there was a world outside of the city, a safe, dusty, perfectly normal world with space enough for all of us, the entire system would collapse.
So this is all about control, real estate?
In a way, if you could leave the city and start your own thing, would you?
No, I love the city.
That's because you were born in Science City, gifted child to gifted parents, brought up in a block where the apes couldn't actually look after you. You never had to struggle. You don't really know how bad most of us have it.
Don't condescend to me, man. You live in Science City too.
I worked hard to get where I am. They allowed me to move into Science City. So for a short while, yes, I lived in Science City. Past tense.
They're going to bring us back.
It's going to be a big deal. Let me ask you something, Eli. Why do you suppose you were assigned to this detail?
My supervisors wanted me to get more field experience.
You really need to stop deluding yourself, Eli. No team has ever come back from behind the wall. We're on a suicide mission. For an outsider like me, this was always going to be a retirement plan. That's just how Science City works. But you're still young, connected. You must have upset some real powerful people to get assigned a detail like this. So what happened?
Well, I didn't think they found out, but I may have helped leak a formula of a life-saving medication to our competitors to drive prices down.
Huh, you're the reason Plylanta was generic? That's amazing, Eli. And here I was thinking you were some kind of stuck-up failson. But it turns out you're a hero this whole time.
It needed to be done. People were dying.
Well, either way, it proves my theory. We're both beyond expendable in the eyes of HQ. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't kill you already.
So what did you do to land this assignment?
I got old, Eli. Not a glamorous reason as yours, but with my retirement coming up, and I suppose the number crunchers realized a detail like this would save them on pension. Wouldn't be the first, definitely not the last.
Good old HQ, always looking out for the bottom line.
So, it looks like you've got 12 hours left together. How do you want to spend it?
Let's find a way out of this.
Heh, I was hoping you'd say that. So, what's the plan? How do we fight this?
Let's convince them that we killed it. That way we'll have to stay out here and keep digging.
Okay, that could buy us some time and allow our research out here to continue. I could have sworn it was dead when we had it in a pacified state, so it's definitely doable. But we're really going to have to sell it.
Any suggestions on how to do that?
Whoever is coming out here is going to go through this site with a fine-tooth comb to make sure our story checks out. You'll need to make sure everything on the site tracks with that the artifact's dead.
How do we do that?
You'll need to make sure our journals, research materials, and artifact line up with the expertise we're trying to sell. Any contradiction to our story could kill us.
I'll see what I can do.
All right, go get everything in order. I'll be here to keep the fire going if you need me.
first one out of the last 6 months. The first entry seems to catch your eye, and it's the one that you made this morning of the discovery. It describes your concerns about the excitement about the future of your work. The next entry of the note is that you find is far more colorful, written in the morning you began the experiment on the artifact. A paragraph of HQ of the entry seems almost thankful to HQ. The wastes were clearly as hostile and lifeless as you were told they'd be. I think they said weren't clearly as hospital. Oh no! Not lost the strippers. The next part of the entry specifies that one of you were the driving force behind these experiments. You. The next page, still from the same entry, contains some choice words you're going to. Pressing your thumb against the gutter between the pages, you slowly tear out the page in question. The next few pages are blank. There's some room for more entries, or at least, at the very least, one for tomorrow morning. This is probably where we'll greet our visitor.
This is where we'll probably greet our visitor. Strange to think we'll see a new face after so long. Odd, even after the discovery of the century, I still wish we had been more to show for it. Nope, still hate coming down here. Colder than usual tonight, almost too cold. The research rests heavy on the makeshift workbench. It's almost monolithic in size and importance, and you hesitate for a moment before opening the ledger. The spine lets out a terrifying clack. Compared to your personal notes, the research levers are heavy and imposing, like a set of encyclopedias. Samples, notes, and a number of strange findings in plastic bags are stuck in, but sheltered betwixt pages. Starting with the day you set out on this expedition, the ledger has been regularly updated with notes and results of your works at the dig site. The entries themselves are granular in detail, amounting to a read that isn't particularly interesting for the uninitiated. Towards the end, however, mentions of artifacts started appearing. One entry in particular catches your attention, being 10 times longer than the others. You wrote this on the first day of your experiments.
Your conclusion was that the artifact was too dangerous to be near civilization, and that it should be kept at a safe distance. The rest of the entries specifies how such containment could be achieved. It mentions a small team of scientists being relocated just outside the walls, led of course by you and George. I think that kind of settles it, because like we don't have to go back to the city. Nothing else catches your eye. If anything, the collected information in the ledger could be an incredibly handy guide for any future excavations of this type. After all, the two of you have made every mistake conceivable, and as well as learned how to correct them. But then they would need us alive to get a new one, right? You can't help feel a little sad as you tear the page after page of the ledger. Eventually the central conclusions have been removed, with only the thing left being the notes and updates leading up to the climax that no longer exists. Even after some time, and after all your experiments, you still aren't used to it. To think that so much of your life is centered around this strange ooze-like thing. Something within you shudders, the discomfort unavoidable. You catch glances of the creature inside the pod as it sways lightly to the side, as if watching you. As you lean in, the humming emanates from the pod swells. It begins to drown out your sentence as your body begins to feel tense. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys decide this one. This one seems like... because both of these would be fun, like, just like, I know, like, if I back off, I can probably do my objective, which is to make the thing docile. But, like, I could, like, shift this into absolute horror, like, this thing's probably going to, like, latch onto me or do something like that. So what do you guys think? Give it a sensation or back off? And, like, then just knock it out like I was planning on doing. So I think this is a big decision. Double down. Yeah, let's make this horror movie. Let's do it. Do it. You begin to perceive cracks in the humming, ranging from irregular to oddly rhythmic, as if language is being spoken, as if you're being spoken to. You start feeling an onset of pounding headache as your vision blurs ever so slightly. The creature inside begins to move, slowly covering the glass window. It undulates gently, almost beckoning you towards it. As your fingers touch the glass, a shiver goes through your spine. The creature inside the pod solidifies against the glass behind your fingers. In your focused trance, you swear you can hear the glass slowly begin to crack. It's barely perceptible, but just enough for you to catch it. Eli, what's going on over there, man? What are you doing? As if alarmed, the creature curls back from the glass. It shifts side to side and settles back to the bottom. You feel your headache subsiding. Ah, darn! That would have been an interesting branch. All right. Yeah, this is just gonna like. With a slight hiss, the glass of the pod is covered in condensation. Once it settles, you spy the creature inside of it, now motionless. It reminds you of the molasses, only presumably less tasty.
Maybe you're infected with something now. I don't think the glass actually broke. How's the prep coming? I think everything's ready. Are you sure? Yeah. Good. It's only a matter of time. Go get some rest. We'll need to be our sharpest when the visitor arrives. You coming? I'd like a few minutes to gather my thoughts. Besides, someone needs to make sure the fire goes out. Gotcha. Good night, Ellie. Good night, George. He's gonna get attacked by the thing, isn't he? You decided to play it safe. Destroy any documents or evidence of your research into the artifact. Back to Clarissa Broadworth.
What?
What the fuck did you say to me? I said I'm going to kill you. Did you catch it this time? You've lost it. You don't even have a gun. What are you supposed to do, bore me to death? Get the fuck out of here, Clarissa. Guns are noisy and quick. This'll be neither. If you don't get the fuck out of my sight right now, I won't be responsible for my actions. Walk away, brat. Don't make me do something you'll regret. Come on, then. That's all you've got? You really think you could take me down? You brat. Just you. You wait, I'll show you.
Oh, that's Clarissa. She's wearing a suit, dude.
Your leg is broken. You're not showing anyone anything. You think I care? Or think I give a shit? I'll strangle you with my broken arms if I have to. Very well, I'll break them next. The fuck do you just say? All talk. That's what you are. You get one lucky shot, and suddenly you think you're some kind of contender. You're just like your mother. Shut your mouth. You don't get to talk about her. I should have let her take you with her. Spare us all the trouble. Fuck knows what I was thinking. Trying to raise a no-good brat like yourself. Mom was a saint. I would have stayed with her if I could. Well, in that case, I can arrange a reunion. Happily. Just wait till I get up. You'll see. What does that mean? What did you do? What do you think it means, you fucking punk? So easily thrown. You got no focus, Clarissa. No aim, no direction. Look at you. Bleeding all over. You grasping at straws, you know you're losing. Who put you up to this? It's fucking Clemens, isn't it? Spineless fucking coward. Didn't even have the backbone to do it himself, did he? No, that's why they changed the name of this game to Tales Noir. No fucking backbone, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's who they're listening to? Spineless, he's got principles, Dad. He's 10 times the man you are. Clemens? That's the dumbest fucking thing you've ever said. Clemens is a weakling. He's a liar, a schemer. What do you think? He's one of the good guys? He's using you. Open your eyes, kid. There are good people in this world, Dad. We're not all like you. That's what you call yourselves? Good. Do good girls kill their fathers? Do good men betray their brothers? Face it, Clarissa. You and my idiot brother are no different. At least I stand for my conviction. You two are just fucking lying to yourselves. Pathetic. Oh, fuck! Is that the best you got, huh? The truth hurts, doesn't it? Not as bad as a fire poker to the spine, I promise you. Think you're real fucking clever, huh? Still, it's nothing compared to what I'll do to you. That's a promise. So what's the plan, huh? You gotta walk in here and kill me? No, nothing. Just murder your own father in cold blood. What do you think? I think it reminds me of myself. Never looking back. Going hard at whatever obstacle I see. It almost makes me proud. You're nothing to be proud of. I thought so too, but now... Shit. You're doing things my way. You finally see it, huh? My way works. Our way works. There's no our way. I'm just claiming what's mine. Sure, whatever you say. You'll come around eventually. I knew it'd happen. I saw that streak in you even as a kid. Your grandfather did too. That's a fucking lie. He tried to get you out of it. Same with your mother. All they did was slow you down. Made you weak. But I see the potential now. We can make a bloodworth out of you yet.
Night, Strangelove.
You're seriously trying to cut a deal with me now? Not a deal. Not optional. Not something you negotiate. This is the only way you win. Like it or not, Clarissa. You lack experience. So does Clarence. You need me. I'm the only one who can bring out the best in you. Everything happening now. You can be this and more. Uncle Clarence is smarter than you give him credit for. Come on, Clarissa. You could give your old man a shot. I promise I won't let you down. I still care. It's too late, Dad. No, not yet. We can still figure this out. I swear. How? Go on, tell me. We can work together. We could be a family again. We were never a family. Clarissa, It's over. I've won. Yeah, yes, you have, I admit. You've won. You've won. See? See? This is pathetic. You fucking bitch! You ungrateful, psychopathic piece of shit! You spoiled brat, you hear me? You're nothing. You're fucking worthless. All done? You fucking bitch! I am Carlos Bloodworth, and you stand down. I own this city. I own you. You don't own anything. Not anymore. I gave you everything. I gave you an easy fucking life. And this is how you repay me. This. You chose this, Dad, not me. Alright. Go on then. Fucking do it. Put me out of my misery. What the fuck you waiting for, Clarissa? Kill me. I tried, Dad. That's worth something to me, at least. Shouldn't leave you as yet. Clarence should be here soon. can't stand the heat. I need some fresh air. These haven't been touched since Grandpa died.
Think he just reads, or is it just for show?
It's just me.
Yeah, spitting on him would have been overboard. Oh, he looks a bit different. He looks a lot chubbier. Hey, kid. You alright?
Better than him.
Yeah. Saw. You hurt?
I'll manage. Just need a smoke.
Yeah. I understand. It's not an easy thing to do. The first ones, especially.
Got easier for you, right?
No. We'll take care of the body.
Do what you want with him. I don't care.
What?
I'll be discreet. Don't worry. Is there anything else you need? I'd like a moment to myself. I'll let you be. But there's some things I should tell you first. The family backs you, and those who don't can be persuaded. The apes, however, will be a tougher nut to crack. They approved of Carlo because he never questioned or challenged them, and well, there might be some concerns now. What kind of concerns? Hold on, let me take a drink of water. I had to, that was pretty gruff. That was a tough read. His death scene went a little longer than I expected to, so I went a little harder for a little long. So I need throat lubrication. What kind of concerns? The Bloodsworth family has always been a patriarchy. Having a woman, one they know little about, suddenly take charge, well, they're not going to like it. That woman will run things better than her predecessor ever did. They won't be able to deny it. My brother isn't that. My concern isn't that they won't acknowledge it. It's that they'll attempt to sabotage it. Then we'll prepare for that too. Very well. There's another thing, if you don't mind. I've been thinking about all this. With Carla gone, well, I find myself in a peculiar situation. What's on your mind? I've watched you grow up. I've seen you blossom into who you are. I know, Clarissa, that this is where you always wanted to be. You had more ambition at 15 years of age than most of the men in my crew. Couldn't have done it without you. Seeing this all came together, well, I wasn't entirely surprised when you said you needed to do this. If I'm going to say I'm doing something, I will. Nothing can stop me, and you know that. Yes, I suppose. I suppose I hadn't expected it to be quite that easy for you. But you've got conviction, I suppose. Perhaps it was wrong of me to doubt it. Speaking of conviction, what's next for you? I'll be frank, Clarissa. I'd like to retire. This whole thing, I felt as though it's aged me. I mean, it looks like it has. I'm slow, tired. I don't think I have the stomach for this anymore. Are you sure about this? I think so, Clarissa. Yes, I'd like that. Alright. Do as you please. Thank you, Clarissa. I'll do my utmost to make my leave as unnoticed for you as possible. No celebrations then? No. That's not really
needed. This isn't really about age, is it? No, things are changing. Have changed. I can't keep up. You've changed too, in ways that surprised us both, I'm sure. You worried about me? Not worried. I've just seen it happen a few times now. But you don't need to hear all this. I'll leave you to your thoughts, and don't worry, I'll handle the body. Wait a second, what does that mean? Nothing. Oh, and there's one thing, Clarissa. You made it. You won. I believe congratulations are in order. This is what you wanted, isn't it? I wanted change. And you got it. If nothing else, you have the power to make change, don't you? I suppose I thought it would feel differently. Clarissa, if I may, the most terrifying thing about having aspirations and dreams is that one day they might come true. Whatever purpose you had until that point is suddenly gone. What are you saying? Don't look for victory. Look for life. Look for something endless. I will, thanks. Good. It gets easier, Clarissa. Good night. Good night, Uncle. Clarissa wasted no time in consuming control of the Bloodworth family. Her transition of was brutal, swift, and total. Those who didn't support her were quickly dealt with. Under her rule, the Bloodsworth family became the single most powerful syndicate in the city. Clements left the family, retiring with his wife. He spends his days tending to the garden in their backyard. Every few months, the police will come around asking to talk. Every time, he politely declined. For Clarissa, it soon became clear that control of the Bloodsworth family wasn't enough. The city was right there, ready to be conquered. Only the great apes, powerful men with nearly limitless control over the city, stood in her way, and gaining a seat at their table wasn't enough. After all, why be the key that unlocks the door if you can be the hand that guides it? So there are like 4 options here. After one final conjuration, you ended your father's life. So the interesting thing is, like, I was like all the way over here where most of my travel was on the right side. Like everything except for this, except for when I was talking to my uncle, like I was unable to convince him that I'd change anything. But everything else other than that. Yeah, I mean, like there was definitely 4 options there. I think I was happy with the way that story went. It would be interesting. I have to say, it's like this is interesting because it's like how that final blurb is impacted would definitely be impacted by your choices. Well, we graduated. Time to pack out.
Ah.
Man, this place already looks so empty. It's like, man. Remember when we first moved in? You were sitting at your desk studying already. What a nerd. I'm a nerd. Look at this guy who's like, oh, I'm a clever little cookie. I bet I could guess your major. I did, though, didn't I? Barely. I say you got lucky. I still say you got salty. Just because you got a luck, no skill. No offense, loser. Really getting all that banter out for the last day, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Cool it with the bets in the future, though. Some people might hold you to them a little more seriously than I do. What can I say? I'm a gambling man. No stopping a winning streak, I guess. Or losing. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. It's cool, so you got everything packed already?
Uh-huh.
My stuff, mostly. So how's the overall progress so far? Right, so mostly done. Clothes are all packed, plates and forks and all that stuff too. What's left?
Oh, yeah.
Not much, honestly. I stacked some of your books off to the side. Not that there were many of them. There's also the record player and your photography stuff in the dark room. Sounds like you did most of the work already then. Well, yes, Howard. It certainly does sound like that, Howard. I wonder why that is, Howard. One of life's greatest mysteries, I suppose. Anyways, I'll start packing. If that's the last time I touch any textbooks, I'll be a happy Howard. Thanks for making all those late night studies sessions bearable, Smooth Nicky. Plenty of memories in here. Luckily, most of them were on film. I wish cleaning up a room were this easy in real life. Oh, I'm not going to clean out the fridge? Pig. Got everything? What was left again? Your books, the record player, your photography stuff. If I'd known you'd have this much of a problem remembering what's yours and what's mine, I'd just have the record player for myself, dude. Now you can have it. You were always the music guy anyway.
Alright.
I'm just fucking with you, man. You keep it. I'm gonna get one of those carnival ones. With the big speakers and knobs that go up to 12. When 11 isn't enough. Got it. I think I got everything then. Unless I'm missing something. The only thing, like...
Hey,
Got everything? Yeah, I think so. Whatever's left out there anyway. Cool, I got everything else. The rest is your stuff? Well, no. I grabbed an empty box and took some time to gather up some things it belongs to. Well, both of us. You keep it. You don't even know what's in there. Fair enough, show me. Alright, let's have a look. Wow, the drumstick affair. There. I forgot I took this picture. Must have been during our... I think this is Larry's, originally. Ah yes, the dusty dorm bong. Where did this come from? Yeah, I don't remember this one. Oh yeah, good times. Really? You remember this? You were wasted. You were pretty wasted. Wait a minute. How did you know that I was wasted when this was here? Nah, we went out and found this R because both of our names have it. Shepard's staff, Howard. Are you still wasted? Nah, we yanked this off of the statue in Yalestown. You don't remember? Oh yeah, what was his name again? Gary Wood. Heh. Still laughing about that one. Oh. 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 Ha ha ha. So, who should get this one?
What do you think? Well, seeing as that you are too wasted to retain any memories of that night, I think the honor should go to me. Enjoy it, man. What's left? Wow, our first week in the dorm. Look what a dork you are. We look exactly the same. Now we do, but that's my fault. I taught you how to dress, what music to listen to, how to flirt. You were so helpless with that one. Do you ever wonder who you'd be if you were assigned someone else? All the time. Yeah, it's kind of a mindfuck, right? Like, what kind of dork would you have to turn into to be... Yeah, turn out to be if you in Wisconsin shared a room? How fucking cool would he be right now if he wound up with me? You'd definitely be a lot less cool, that's for sure. Yeah, maybe I'd run around in a sweater, putting together little scavenger hunts. Man, you really missed out. Har har. Too bad I wasn't able to make much of a dent in your sense of humor while you were together. Alright, who should get this one? What do you think? Huh? Well, you know what? I think we should take turns. Like, every time we meet up, we'll swap. That way, whoever has it is responsible to make sure we hang out next. I like it. Alright, I'll take the first shift. And in a couple days, we'll trade it off. Sounds good. What's next? I like his suggestions. He's very reasonable with it. Ah, yes. The time you and Freya tried to prank me into believing Tony Rue's Tony Rue's drummer tossed those at you at a Trickster's concert. So lame. Tony Rue's drummer? His name is Yargos Brap. He's a legend. Alright, if these belong to Yargos, why didn't you keep them for yourselves? Why'd you give them to me? You felt bad you missed the concert. Okay, but, like, isn't it more likely that you two were pissed off that I forgot about the concert and decided to make a fool of me? Statistically speaking, probably yes. Okay, but now that you're admitting it, which makes me think that you might actually be telling the truth. No, I'm just done thinking about this. Let's figure out who's gonna take this and be done with it. I'll take it. Wait, really? Why? Because they're part of Trickster's history. Nuh-uh, you know what? You almost had me there, but you laid it way too thick towards the ends. The drumsticks are yours, Howard. If you insist, let's see what else we have. Here you are, Howie. Your two biggest competitors for the title of BFF. Bing and her trustworthy sidekick, Tin. Which one is which? Bing is the bong, and Tin is the, well, tin. Bing bong. Exactly. Now let's decide. Who lays claim to the two beauties? You can have it. Howie for the win! I knew you'd come through for me. But seriously, if you ever want to blaze, I'm more than happy to share. Thanks. Now let's see what it's left. Forgot I own this one. One of my favorites. Maybe it's just me, but the older I get, the better Smoothie Nicky sounds. You want to take this, or should I? Your call. Hard for me to separate great music from someone who loves it. This one's yours, Howie. Thanks, Larry. Let's see what else I have in here.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That's everything. You're right, it's weirdly empty now. Yeah. Bet the people who move in here are going to be way lamer than we were.
Is that even possible?
No.
Probably not, but they won't know that. Maybe. I'm just glad I'm just know I'm gonna miss people, everyone. Shit. I feel like I'm gonna miss people I don't even know. Yeah. Spoke to a few of them today. Some kind of cleared out while you were getting your keys to your new place. Anyone from Freya?
Eh?
Sure. Just She and Liv left just a few minutes ago. She asked about you. Yeah, what'd she say? Saturday night, big show. Bring Howie and come along. She and Liv were bringing some others too. Oh, and she said it'd be your kind of music. My type of music.
Yeah.
It's at Foxy Burger, man. Who do you think? Smooth Nicky, man. Said there's a chance they'll play some material from the new album tonight. Yeah, I bet your ass we're going. Yeah, fuck yeah. We're meeting up at 8 p.m. on South Granville. Everyone's hyped. Pre-game at 6:30 then? Anyway, they all got out pretty early. Like I said, we're the only ones left, and we have to be out within an hour or two. At least everything's packed and ready to go. How about you? Are you ready? I don't know. I don't feel like going just yet. These years here, you and me in this dorm, everyone else, I feel this was us peaking. I mean, how could it get any better than this? Better than like being a couple of anxious teens in a dorm full of anxious teens? I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. All of us together, figuring shit out in this dump. We all had each other. And now we're all leaving. Everyone's still around, man. We're just further apart. Guess that's what I'm worried about. Would we all have been friends if we hadn't been shoved into this little dorm together? People like Niles would never want to hang out with people like me outside the dorm. Why would you, prick? Well, yeah, you know what I mean. You're going to be somewhere else with someone else, sort of sharing a life. You know, doing what we did the last few years. You're going from one normal to another. I'm going into the unknown. You're moving in with people, aren't you? Skull and Dinah aren't exactly expecting me to stay there forever, man. They're chill, but I'm not moving in. They just know I need a place to stay for a bit. A little bit might just be long enough to figure out what's next, man. How do you know? How would you know? I just know, man. If you say so, man. Wish I had your confidence. You do, just in a different way. Yeah, maybe, but, well, not to be dramatic or anything, but is this it? Time to get going? You gotta go too, man. You've got places to be. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I figure I'll see you later or something. I've got your number. All I gotta do is find a phone. Sure, call me tonight even. Tonight? Sure. Hey, Larry here. Yeah, just unpacked my entire life into the far end of this couch. How's life on your end? I miss my old roommate mostly. Well, don't say that to your new one. Besides, we'll hang out in the morning. It's Saturday tomorrow, man. There's shows to see, mischief to get up to, you know. Time to rebel. Nuh-uh, we're adults now. Taxes, cars, that's all we're fucking with now. You know what? You save up to buy a car and I'll consider being an adult. And I take a taxi. Shit. Well, you better. Cool. Alright, well, this is it then. You got everything? Should I hope so. Cool.
I'll see you around, alright? I'll miss you too, man. Yeah, I know you will. It's whatever. We'll hang out tomorrow anyway. Nothing's changed. See you tomorrow, man. Oh, that's good book ending. That is very good book ending. Looking for BF, call me. See, now if they wanted it to really be furry, they could have like done like the, what was it, 366 or whatever that frickin' room number was in that music video. It's like walking really slow now. Like I'm not. Like the speed of the walk is like slowed down. Done in a woo. I think it was room 366. That's a really, really old reference, though. I don't know if people would get that one. Howard's new. So let's take a look at our path. Look at this volatile path. A lot more volatile than the other one. You chose to be investigative, keeping your eyes open and your mind sharp. You tried to flirt with Frasier, who helped you refine your approach. You held your own, charming through your way through your conversation. You confronted the teens about the stolen hand, recovering it and reinstalling it into grandfather's steam. The people of Gastown were the perfect subject for your final project photos. You and Larry divided up your belongings and said your goodbyes. You decided not to drag things out and just left. You'll see him again, right? Howard's new apartment never felt like home. It lasted 3 months before he moved to the next. Making friends was easy enough. Making ones that stuck proved more challenging. Finding a home seemed nearly impossible. Seeing as the most of his time was spent at work, paying double rent made little sense. The office became his home, in more ways than one. Larry tried his hand at gambling. It went as expected. He stayed with friends, Oh no, Larry, yeah, Larry. Okay, I remember Larry now. Shit. Larry was the character in the original game that you met in the back alley. Like, literally, he was like the drifter guy. Shit. It's like, as soon as they showed the picture of him next to the door, it was like, oh yeah, I remember who Larry was in the original game now. Larry tried his hand at gambling, and as soon as they said, yeah, he went drifter, then yeah. It went as expected. He stayed with friends, sleeping on couches until he ran out of both. A smoke and a bottle kept him warm. Not wanting Howard to see his struggles, the two old friends fell out of touch. Work was scarce, so Howard took what he could get. Taking pictures became surveillance. Surveillance turned into investigation. It was a natural fit. Puzzle pieces fit together, a riddle to solve, a very welcome distraction. Sorting out everyone's problems was a lot more attractive than dealing with his own. Not used to this. It's so quiet, so empty. All the space and just me and my things. Huh. Kitchen's definitely smaller. Alright.
Let's get the boxes on the shelves. Coffee table, photography books, but still no coffee table. Can't say I've ever been to a sermon for a while. Religion is mostly aesthetics anyway. Never really have to go out and buy something for these shelves. Who decorates with a cup? Me. Ah, Employee of the Year. Pity I have no idea where this cup came from or who it was awarded to. Looks like a haggard. I guess it would have survived a mite infestation. Hang in there, Vera. I used to feel embarrassed about the framing my first article, but I'm actually very proud of it now. I'm glad I took a look at the end, Lucas. You won't even notice it's gone. I've had these since college, and they're coming apart at the spines. That's why I love them. Yeah. Yeah, this is the... Oh, yeah, this is the thing. This is where the map was hanging up, yeah. And the couch. I don't even know what to do with all this space. Feels empty in a good way, I guess. A bleached bank piece of paper is neatly pressed against the roller, waiting for you to turn the page. What do I write now? This is your home, your space, your typewriter. What do you want to write? Nothing and everything. That's alright. You can write anything and show no one. And only afterwards get to decide if it meant anything or nothing or something. I guess it doesn't matter if it's bad then. The keys sit cold to the touch, waiting with silent anticipation. This is what I wanted. Then why does it feel so bittersweet? Sure isn't what I thought it would feel like to make it on my own. How did you think it would feel? Not like this. The keys sit cold to the touch, waiting with silent anticipation. You know, maybe there was no way of convincing him. Maybe it's just as well that he never understood all of this. I wish he had. In an alternate universe, maybe he would have. Had you been a little more convincing. I doubt it. You didn't put in the same effort, though. When it was too much, you stepped down. You were careful about what you said and when you said it. Respected his wishes and didn't push it too hard when you wanted to. That was a mistake. I should have. It came bubbling through, though, eventually, didn't it? It seeped in slowly like a gas leak. And then it exploded. How fitting. At the very end, you knew to back off, not fall back into old habits. No compassion for the sake of compassion. Why should I have offered him comfort when he didn't? Why indeed? Are you certain? Are you as certain in that decision now as you were then? Yes. Either way, Lucas is gone now. You're on your own. And even after all this, you look back onto it thinking, we're better off like this. Very well. All that aside, there's still the matter of the empty page. Go on. Get to it. 6 months ago, a fire raged in West End.
You focused on your driven, focused side. You failed to convince Lucas about your suspicions regarding the case. You agreed not to discuss the case with Lucas during dinner. Lucas understood your point of view but didn't share it. He still thinks the relationship could be fixed. You let Lucas be after your breakup. You were unable to leave the fire alone. People needed to know, and articles needed to be written. Who else would do it? For Renee, the West End fire never truly died out. Long after submitting the original article, she wrote another. This time, she asked for it to be run unedited. Eventually, Renee's editor, Wesley, agreed to publish the article. He was fired soon thereafter. After the divorce, Lucas drowned himself in work. This caught the eyes of his superiors. He was offered a promotion but turned it down. He kept his reasons for himself. Lucas remarried 2 years later. For Renee, nothing would be the same. The newspapers, one by one, turned against her. Her voice was being silenced, but maybe they listened to someone else. Do you hear that?
Sounds like our ride's here, huh?
Real funny, Eli. He's early, though. I wonder if that means anything. Doesn't matter. Is everything ready? We're all set?
Honestly, even I'm having trouble staying optimistic about this.
Well, you better get it together. We get one shot at this, so we better hit the bullseye. You remember our story?
Yes, the artifact died during the past few days, and is useless to both us and HQ.
Right. I'd rather risk my credibility than my life anyway. If we sell it well, who knows? Maybe we can get a ride back to the city.
Think it'll work?
It has to. Can't afford to believe it now. Not to believe it now. Speaking of, you got everything ready?
Let's go through everything step by step.
Right. We got the story. How's the artifact looking?
Pacified, looks still and docile moments ago.
Alright. What about our logged research?
Had ripped some pages out of it, but I hope it makes our story more believable.
I hope so too. I trust you were thorough with that, Eli. Lastly, he's going to want to see our journals. How are things looking?
Same, had to do a little bit of light censoring.
I'd rather have empty journals than something that contradicts what we tell them. Did you do today's entry yet?
Not yet.
Alright, I think I hear the car getting closer. You fill that in and I'll go distract him with a light meet and greet. Distract him, sound good?
What should I write?
Basics, temperature, day planning, listen. We could even add in there something in there to sell our story more.
Like what?
I don't know. I've got a stranger to distract, Eli. You better think of something. Get to it.
Breathe, George. We got this.
Yeah, we got this, I hope.
We better. August 23rd, wind conditions are normal. Our instruments showed some aggressive pressure during the night, but for now, we're experiencing a light breeze. Temperatures are high, however, so that breeze is highly appreciated. Me and George had time to freshen up this morning. We also had time to clean up the camp a bit, mostly dusting. We've been living in somewhat of a desert after all. This morning, I made a fool of myself and spilled coffee all over the journal. Some pages were lost. I had to rip a few of them out in order to save the rest, but a fair amount of the log entries had to go. Hopefully this doesn't reflect too badly on us, and I'll be able to update the journals fully later on.
As far as I can tell, none of the logs that lost contain any crucial information. Those entries are still part of the full documentation of our work here, so we'll probably obviously do our best to recall from memory and fill in the journal at a later time. Past 6 months fly by as you flip through the pages. It seems that your handling got worse over time. Flip to the back cover of the notebook, carefully peeling back the lining. There's a small patch of cardboard where you could write something if you chose to. The words barely fit, but you make do. Once done, you cover the message with the lining of the cover. Once more, the message completely hidden. Oh, that guy. Yeah, that guy looks like a scientist, like a person just like that's come to quote-unquote pick us up.
Hey.
Ah, you must be Eli. Pleased to meet you, amigo. I was just getting acquainted with your boss here. Ah, right. Yes, that's George. Right. Right, exactly. Did you finish the paperwork I gave you? Yeah, just finished. Sorry for taking so long. Aw, man. Does he ride you like this all the time? Don't mind me, just joking around. Someone's got to put their foot down every once in a while, and judging by the size of your friend here, I bet you there's no question about who that was gonna be. Not to worry, he may be the boss, but we work together. Oh, look at the two of you, thick as thieves. I can tell. Then again, I can't imagine anything else being the case, with you fellas being out here on your own for so long. Sorry, I don't think I caught your name.
Hey.
Oh, how thoughtless of me. Tell you what, I'll get you a business card in the car in the moment, alright? Give a proper introduction, his titles and all. Just the name is enough, thanks.
Oh.
Right, I forgot. The two of you ain't seen other people in months now. A stranger like me coming up in the camp has a real event for you guys, huh? Bet you get real lonely out here. A little bit, yeah. I bet. Boredom breeds apathy, so I'm told. Fellow's liable to make all sorts of mistakes if he isn't properly stimulated. Classes here knows what I'm talking about, am I right? Can we get on with work? Or say nothing, actually. Anyways, let's intersperse with the pleasantries with some actual work, yeah? After all, I didn't come out here to just see you two. How much you want to know? Well, they tell me what I needed to know. I'll level with you fellas. I prefer a grassroots approach, you know? Getting my intel straight from the source. Consider anything and all that you've reported to them as, well, non-pertinent information in my case. Noted. Well, I've never been one for long, tedious briefings. Here, why don't you just give me the broad stakes of what's going on with you and, let's say, friend? The artifact is dead, unfortunately. Let's back that up a moment. Dead? As in it was alive at some point? Like, what, a little person? A little tiny person with you two fellas just dug it out of the ground? Dead or alive are perhaps not the right terms. It's a case of being, well, permanently inactive. Sure sounds like being dead to me, but I'll bite. And how did this happen exactly? Did it just croak all of a sudden? We don't know. It was just dead one morning. I'll level with you fellas. That doesn't sound great. Sounds like neglect to me. We just sure weren't how to treat it. We're just as disappointed as you are, I'm sure. You don't say. Well, fellas, I hope there's something to look at least. I'd hate to come all the way just to see, I don't know, a puddle of goo. That might be it, unfortunately. Exactly it, unfortunately. Would you like to see it now? Well, first things first. The boring ones, I suppose. The two of you keep a daily journal of your work, correct? Proper protocol and all that. Let's start there. Where do you keep your notes? In our tent. Perfect. I'm sure one of you can fill in the blanks and provide me the needed context, too. I'm not too keen on going over months of entries. Of course, I'll be right with you. You get that thing I sent you? I don't like how I don't like how ready he was to invite himself into our tent. Don't let him rummage around in there on his own. Keep an eye on him, Eli. I'm on it. Cozy little place you got here. Would you like to look at the journals now? But it's nice to talk to someone other than your boss once in a while, huh? What's he like, anyway? Good leader? Tyrant? Or maybe he's just lazy? And you're the real mastermind behind all this, huh? We haven't always seen eye to eye, but we work together.
Oh.
I see. Growing pains, even out here in the wastes. Still, though, one of you must have outgrown the other, right? I just need to know which one to name the... I just need to know which name to bill first is all. There's no top billing. This is a team effort. That's a nice sentiment, sure. I'll have to check with your boss to see whether he agrees or not, of course. Foremen, right? Always tend to take credit for themselves, don't they? Always eyeing that next promotion or a new expensive car. Hard work pays off, as it should. Sure. Of course, it doesn't always pay off in the ways you'd expect, that's for certain. And for some more than others, too. Speaking of others, this, George, tell me more about him. What's he like? Not professionally, but as a person. What makes him tick? He's worked hard his whole life to be what he is today, and I suppose he's inspiring. Oh, right, Mr. West End. Can't imagine he'd blend in well in Science City either. Did you know him before you two became scientists of the century out here? No, we didn't move in the same circles. Got it. So you two weren't close then. Maybe you still aren't, all things considered. We're co-workers, that's it. I see. All business, you two. Maybe that's for the best, eh? No need to get close to someone just because you're working together. My thoughts exactly. Anyway, let's have a look at the journals, shall we? I'll confess, I had a bit of a look in there before you got in. Didn't get far, though, so don't worry. No spoilers. Anything interesting?
Oh.
Well, let's start from the top. Would you mind showing me around which time you fellas first dug up your friend? Here, a little while back. There we go. August 14th. I see a colleague mentioned something about a low hum. This turned out to be a scientific discovery of the century, I presume? reached... We haven't quite reached a conclusion on that yet, I'm afraid.
Huh.
Ah, of course. The scientific process and all that. By the way, sounds like you fellas were in for something way bigger than you were expecting, huh?
Oh.
No kidding. Now let's see. Oh, I like this. Not only do you agree with HQ about the waste not being able to sustain life, but you fellows went and proved it. No wonder your little friend died off. Seems to me like everything out here is destined to die. Of course, who are we to argue with HQ? That's the spirit. How about we continue then? Uh-oh. Well, this part's interesting. Looks like you were calling the shots about starting the experiments, huh? Your boss just let you make that kind of decision? Funny, he doesn't seem like the type. Guess looks can be deceiving, huh? Did I say that? I thought I put in my book that we had shared the thing to it. Ah, that was a mistake. Typo, sorry. Is that so? Well, good to clarify. Well, if there are more, you can always cross your fingers. I don't find them. Oh, maybe that I should, if there's anything like this, huh? Good. Oh, looks like there's a page missing here. See? Like right here. You can barely tell, almost as if someone's trying to conceal it. Crazy how that happens, huh? Ah, yes, that was me this morning. Sorry, I go into greater detail in the most recent entry. Oh, right, course. That should be at the end, right? Yes, I wrote it this... Oh, don't say that. That's right, just flip through the more pages if you don't mind. Because if I tell him I wrote it this morning, it's like, then we knew he was coming, right?
Oh.
Ah, there we go. The cause of the lost pages. Spilled coffee, I knew it. That's always the case, ain't it? You're working on the most important thing in your life and BAM! Gone forever. Cruel, cruel world out there, isn't it? Anyway, that's the journal out of the way. Sorry for all the questions, buddy. Just routine. You understand? That. Gotta make sure you know what you're doing out here. Huh. So what's next? Well, there's still more to cover. I assume the two of you have a separate ledger for the scientific mumbo jumbo. Is that right? Yeah, center of the dig site. Excellent. Hope you don't mind if I look around the site while I'm at it. Still boggles my mind how distant this place is. Got any idea how far you guys are from the wall? Why do you ask? Just stuff that you think about while you're on the road. Shit, if you guys went missing, no one would notice. No one would know. I'm sure someone would. Oh, eventually? Sure. Anyway, I'm going to have a look around the camp if you don't mind. Would you appreciate your expertise? I would appreciate your expertise while I'm going through the research. No rush, of course. Of course, I'll be here with you.
Oh, hey.
Glasses, I gotta say. You have kept your camp pristine when you're in the middle of the desert. What's your secret, huh, you neat freak? Dirt and debris would ruin the instruments. We have to keep it clean. Right, of course. Listen, I keep thinking about it. What's it like out here? You know,
being out in the wilds, the wilderness, the wastes. It's a struggle, that's for sure. I bet. You fellows got plenty of supplies, food, water? Those solar panels come in handy, I'm sure, but it's not as though you can eat whatever comes through the cables. You two ever gone foraging out here? Look for shit, plants, roots, whatever edible? There's nothing edible. The thought never crossed. Well, there's nothing edible out here, I can assure. If you say so. You're the scientist, after all. I reckon you know what's out here, I suppose. My only thought was that 6 months alone in the sands with a single person might dull one's judgment ever so slightly. How do you mean exactly? I couldn't say. All I know is that I can't wait to get back to the city is all. On that note, how about we get back to work? These ledges here. Am I correct in assuming that's accumulation of 6 months of work by a certain super genius? That's correct. Right. These are certainly notes, research, lots and lots of words. Say, you wouldn't mind if I skipped ahead here to the crucial passages, would you? I do think the context is fairly crucial. Right, of course. I figured it'd go over my head. You know, smart fellas like yourself. Your work flies over my head for simple arrow boys like myself. No, I insist. It's more important that you understand the whole process before making a judgment. Fine, let's see. Current status of the dig site, sedimentary, large, that means rock. I'm sure, okay, right here. I'm up to speed. That's good enough. For you, glasses? Sure, good enough. Carry on. Right, let's see. Small team, stay out here. Well, I assume that your plan has changed since, you got the subject of research killed. Might you light me what's next now? With HQ's blessing, we'll stay here, find another one to prove ourselves. Stay out here and prove yourselves. That's good. I like that. Strong. Shows determination. I suppose it's up to HQ to say what's what, but I say good for you. How about George? He's as determined as you are? I hope so. You hope so? Not sure, huh? He been waving some red flags around? You got concerns? You can share them with me, buddy. We haven't always seen eye to eye, so I didn't want to assume things. I see. Not taking anything for granted, huh? Smart move. I play by the same rules. Glad to have found a kindred spirit, glasses. Us two are becoming fast friends, aren't we? I prefer to mate, of course.
Oh.
Excellent. Just makes things run smoother, doesn't it? Good stuff. Gotta say, all things considered, with what you have, it's impressive work to have been done out in the desert. Limited tools, limited resources, scary stuff. But you guys made something out of it. Bet you're happy with all HQ support, huh? Yes, we wouldn't have made it without them. You don't say. Without all of this, you two wouldn't have made it very long, would you? Hypothetically, if you were to jump in the car and drive off, leaving you guys out here, how long do you think you can make it? I'm not sure. We were hoping you were bringing for more provisions. Oh, I think I've got some snacks in the car that you fellas could have. I'm just joking, of course. Don't worry about rations, bud. I've got you covered.
Aw, come on, glasses. Lighten up a bit. I'm just fucking with you, is all. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna have a look at the rest of this camp of yours. And we need to have a look at our little friend, too, don't we? I'll take that as a yes. You come find me when you found your voice, alright? I'll be around. Will do. It's gonna kill him, isn't it?
Hey.
This is it, huh? This our little guy? We try not to personify it. I see. And that hum. I feel like I can hear humming. That's just the containment pod. Don't worry about it. Ain't that something? So, this thing just came out of the ground, huh? Crazy. How do you figure you ended up finding it? The coordinates were given to us by HQ. We dug and there it was. No lie, huh? How though? How do you think they knew which direction to point you? Figure they knew it was here, in that little cave, bunker? That seems the most logical conclusion. Well, we were hoping you'd be able to tell us. Little old me? I'm not HQ, I'm afraid, so there's not much I could say. I figured there'd be a couple smarties like you would have some clever ideas about it, do ya? Well, they knew something was out here. Right. And obviously you found something, so how do you reckon they knew it was here? I don't know, you tell me. I'm more curious to hear what you think, but sure, I'll bite. Seems likely they did. Seems likely they know all sorts of things. And more likely than not, you and me, friend, we know just about as much as we need to know. How's that sound? I'm so tempted to take the second choice there, even though that's probably very detrimental. You know what, hell with it. I think you and me should know more, friend.
Oh.
Think. Sure. Should? Not as certain. Of course, I don't want to make it sound so serious. I just figured it's better for the head not to be full of textbooks and mumbo-jumbo. No offense, of course. None taken. Well, ain't that something. Anyway, getting back to business. So, this thing is dead, correct? We're going to be looking at a corpse? A corpse is a needlessly personifying term. Right. Carcass, cadaver, body. Tell me what you give me the correct terminology and I'm gonna have a closer look. Deal? Remains, perhaps? Well, that sure as shit looks dead. Gross, nasty, and dead, like molasses that's gone bad and dark. Does kind of look like molasses, doesn't it? Yep, weird and goopy. Still, I'm sure HQ are going to be curious about it. I'm just happy I'm driving a tub of goo back to the city and not, well, whatever it was before. Oh, crap. I didn't think about that. We wrote in the journal that we were kind of afraid of it, like, being dangerous to put near people in the journal. But that is all null and void because we're trying to pretend this thing is dead. Oh, no. What have I done? That's dumb. We're still taking it back to HQ? I'd advise against that. Oh, I'm sure, but this is out of your hands, man. Out of mine, too. HQ was pretty clear about wanting to see this thing. They wouldn't even know what they're looking at. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm sure your notes and research will cover it. There may be some gaps here and there, but the lab boys back at Science City are clever enough to piece it together, I'm sure. They've had to do that before anyway. They have? You know, bits and bobs of information here and there. You two aren't the only fellows at Science City, you know. Plenty of clever people on the case. Are there other dig sites out here right now? Listen, I know you have questions. That's understandable. How about we walk over to the car and talk it over? You know, all three of us. I'm sure your old pal wants to know as much as you do. Fine. Stella, tell you what. I'll grab our little friend here too. That way no one is left out of the conversation. Huh. I'll carry it. Don't worry, I'm stronger than I look. Don't mind carrying it whatsoever. Now, come on, Glasses. I'm sure George is waiting. Yeah, this isn't going good. Because, like, the problem is I made the thing docile. If I made it agitated, it might have attacked them.
Oh, hey.
There, all done. Bet you boys are happy this inspection's over, huh? Shake the tension off and all that. Tension? I'm not sure what you mean. Of course, sometimes people tend to be a little on edge. You two, though, cool as cupcakes. So that's it then? No more questions? I think you've covered most of it. Alright. There is still the question of my report. Not to worry, though. We'll do a quick recap. Of course. Excellent. Let's start with the simple stuff, yeah? Usually there's a whole section on personability and cooperation. A personality assessment, if you will. Since we've done most of the talking, Eli, I'll put you down as the main subject. Is that alright with you, George? He nods, starting between the visitor and you. There you go. Right. Now, cooperation's fine. No denying that. Hasn't been particularly engaging, though. Engaging? Well, I just like interesting people, you know? Now, I've tried to be real sweet and sociable. Can't help it. Even. It's in my nature. It just seems like we don't really mesh, fellas. I'm a colorful guy. You're grayer than concrete. Excuse me? Listen, fellas. I was just holding out hope that, you know, the two of you would be more different from one another. More fun, more sociable. Well, more's the pity. We take steps to improve. We still have time, right? There. I'll tell you guys, this thing's real uncomfortable. Oh, he's got a gun in his hand now. Great. There, I'll tell you guys, this thing's... Oh, no, that's not a gun, that's the specimen, I think. Or is it a gun? I'm not sure. Oh, no, it is a gun.
Never mind, I didn't read the text first. There, I'll tell you guys, this thing's real uncomfortable. I ought to get myself a new holster or something. Okay, hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, hey.
Now, let's not get all jumpy. It's a gun. That's true. You've seen one before. I've seen one before. There's no need for excitement. You're the one pointing a gun at us. Take it easy, Glasses. You're not in trouble yet. You two, as far as I can tell, have been good boys. Maybe one or two slip-ups, but decent fellas. This here is just an additional security measure. You're saying we're good boys, yet you're pointing a gun at us. Huh, fair enough. Everyone gets the same treatment, Glasses. The rotten eggs are just a bit more founded in their concerns. You fellas have proved you can play along, so I'm not too concerned. Just play along, Eli. I want to go through with this, step by step. I feel morally obligated to present the full context of the impression you made upon me, you and George, this camp, your journals, the research, the full Monty. Sounds simple. So first of all, HQ calls me up. Say they've got another assignment. Say it's real serious this time. I've just got the car nice and polished. New seats, new rims. Cost me a fortune. I'm apprehensive about the idea. I pack and get in my car, drive for hours, all the time thinking, this better be good, this better be something else. I get here, I get out of the car, and you fellas inform me that I've come to see a corpse? You, see my frustration? I see it, yes. But then you start talking about it and it gets interesting. The pieces don't fit, fellas. This doesn't make sense. I start getting suspicious and suddenly things get real interesting. Look, if there's something you don't understand, we're happy to clarify. Sure, Glasses. I'll play along. Why are you lying to me? What are you hiding? What actually happened? It's just our negligence caused this, and we're embarrassed. Then this is your shot, Glasses. Whatever left that needs saying, you better say it now. We might have some theories on exactly how it died. Would that help? I'm sorry, fellas, but that's not gonna cut it. If I can't get a straight answer out of you two, I'm gonna have to get it from our boys at HQ. If that means driving this thing all the way to Science City, so be it. This is absurd. You're gonna leave us out here? Sure seems that way, don't it? Tell the truth, I haven't quite made my mind about all that just yet. In fact, why don't we discuss that right now? I get the feeling discuss means you're going to tell us what's going to happen. Maybe so. However, I know you guys are most likely want to discuss this with HQ. Like I said, it's not nice to see your faith in them hasn't changed. Not entirely, at least. Other than the page I ripped out. So you'll take us? Then again, I'm not sure I need both of you for that. Back seat's gonna be awfully cramped if all three of us are gonna squeeze in there. So, see what I'm getting at, Glasses? We can make room in the car, I'm sure. If only that was so, buddy. As it stands, my ride is a two-seater today.
Go figure. So now what? Now that leaves us with the uncomfortable proposition of figuring out which one of you two is coming with me. Real tough nut to crack, huh? You know what I think, glasses? I'm dying to I'm dying to know. You and I, we've had plenty to talk about. You, George, this camp, our slippery little friend here. And one thing stood out to me the whole time. One thing that all this keeps coming back to. I don't like you very much, Eli. I take it I'm staying then. Out here, alone? That's a death sentence, pal. You know it, I know it. Slow and painful. I'm much more merciful than that. So you're gonna shoot me? Yes. One last thing then.
Huh.
Sure. I'll oblige. Go on then. You never told me your name. Heh. Sure. Name's Vance. Nice meeting you, Eli. In that case, go fuck yourself, Vance. Good talk, glasses. You shot him! Eli! Eli! You're right. I did. Man, sounds your carries out here, huh? Guess they don't call it the wastes for nothing. Eli. Relax. Better gone than out here in the middle of nowhere. Shit, to most people, you two might as well have been dead. Alright, this heat's killing me. Come on, get in the car. You and I got some things to discuss, some friends to see. Welcome to the inner circle, big man. You became an idealist, hoping for the best. You immediately reported the strange artifact you and George uncovered. You conducted a series of tests on the artifact in order to understand it better. You and George agreed that the artifact should be contained in a secluded location and studied by a small team of experts in order to minimize risks. You and George decide to tell the visitor that the artifact has become lifeless and unresponsive. You decide to play it safe, destroying any documentation of research into the artifact. In the end, your explanations and excuses weren't good enough for the visitor, who shot and killed you. George's ride back to the city lasted for what felt an eternity. Upon his return, he was immediately taken to an apartment in Science City, given a new position, and put to work in complete isolation. On the numerous times his family attempted to contact him, they were repeatedly told the same thing. There is no one by that name in Science City. The artifact was presented to Dr. Eddie Hung, a high-ranking biochemist at Science City. He concluded that the reports of his death had been greatly exaggerated. That's a funny phrase, all of that. George, despite his protests, was not allowed in the room during his evaluation. The dig site was abandoned after the visit. No official records mentioned its significance or location. Years after the discovery, however, city records would report a stolen car passing beyond the wall with forged documents for passage. It was headed in the direction of the site. Whoever had made their way, however, wouldn't be the first. Someone, or something had beaten them to it. That was fun. Does have me curious, and I always usually play to the credits, and that's how this works. I don't do completionist runs. It also like kind of encourages you to play the game for yourself because you could make different choices and different ideas and reach a different like conclusion for each of the characters, which would be interesting because it definitely does seem that there's plenty of branching to do um, to see like what if there's a slight difference. Now I would say this: the flavors, they all kind of lead to the same place. So like, because obviously the story of the next game that it was a prelude to is kind of set in stone. So obviously the ending can't like differ too much. But maybe like something tells me that Eli always ends up dead somehow. If it's like if we said it was alive, like the blob thing might kill him or something. Or well, I don't think the blob. I think the city. It's the blob's always got to get to the city somehow. So like I don't think it can go crazy. Replay value in my ADHD life? Never. I've learned to appreciate the stories that I play in the way that I play them more often. Like when I was a kid, I definitely loved to like play branching games to their fullest. Like there was the one that was kind of like one of the cool ones I really liked as far as like branching games go, and was and it's kind of very rare because like in a narrative genre it's pretty easy to make branching paths. Deus Ex is obviously a classic, but obviously it ended with like just having a one branch at the end really mattering narratively. But the one I really appreciated and kind of stood out to me in the genre of deciding branches was a game called True Crime Streets of LA, because like it was a Grand Theft Auto clone-ish, but like if you lost a mission, the game would continue and go like, okay, this is the mission you're doing now because you failed the previous mission. Which obviously like there's an optimal ending, but like it would actually have like branching paths that would like end like with a different like conclusion, which was interesting to me because it's like I've always like back then it was like, man, I would really like a game where it's like if you fail, you didn't fail. Like the story just like, oh well, you failed, let's keep going. I'll play on stream. I mean, I think the reason it was more interesting than the first game, and like the reviews for these games kind of show that Preludes is preferred over the original, is because like it does show its hand a little bit, that the choices kind of do matter, and so it does give you inspiration to kind of play the game again, where the first game really didn't have that. There might be different flavors for the first game, but it's pretty linear, I think. Or at least it doesn't present itself to be anything other than that. And obviously the third act of the original game, you know, is controversial in and of itself, with the direction it went to. Yeah, but unfortunately, like I think if the studio fell apart because of this, it's probably because unfortunately the first one was so controversial that no one gave this one a shot when they really should have. Because of the controversial ending. But it's a prelude, it's a prequel. Like you should like be interested if you like the characters and you like the first act of the game. You should at least be interested in the characters to play a prelude game of it. I liked it. It was fun. I actually liked the original a lot better than other people did too. I wrote a whole actually, it was one of the few games I've played on this channel that I wrote a whole dang review for on Flayra. And the thing I liked, like the thing that I kind of liked about it was that is that it did, like, the ending was one that made you feel powerless. And like that's very rare in a game, and like people don't like that kind of emotion in a game. Like usually gaming is like a power fantasy,
Whereas like, and I kind of mentioned it in that review, it's like sometimes you go through life and you try your best and you try your damnedest, but you know, and you have this idealism about you that you're going to change everything and make everything better, but over like every person can only do so much in their life, and sometimes you kind of feel worn out, and that's sort of what that feeling of helplessness in that regard is something that first game did really well. Tales Noir Rebel Rush. Yeah, and then lack of investment, yeah. You can only do passion projects for so long. And that's a problem with game development in furry particularly. It's a very niche audience. And like gaming is it's a niche audience, and gaming is a hard genre. It's a genre that requires a lot of effort, or games in and of themselves require so much effort. They require art, they require writing, they require like all these different art forms to come together. And while like someone like myself who can like write articles for Flera and just take a few screenshots and like write an article and call it a day, and I can do that for free while, you know, doing a full-time job. If you're doing something like this or making a project like this, it requires to be a full-time job, and like you might not even make it. Interestingly, like this kind of ties into a recent just today I was talking with a friend of mine, and I was talking to them about the channel a little bit, and they talked about this one game that they played a demo of and they really liked, and they looked at their Steam page and it was gone. The store page is still there and says like announced to be soon. And I said, well, you can add it to the list. And they said, well, it's not out yet, I don't think. And I, you know, looked at the page and I found it, and it was really nice looking like art, and like, and you know, she said she really enjoyed the game demo that she played, but the demo was gone. And then I looked at the, you know, there's a link to the furry site, the developer's site, who is a furry, like, because they do art and furry stuff. And they talked about like the small little game that they made instead to kind of get their, you know, things off the ground, right? And they said, oh, we only made 11,000 for the year. And they were like, well, that's pretty much like, that's kind of a failure, because like we needed money to fund this thing. So I think they're kind of giving up on that dream. And that was like a year ago that they wrote that. It sucks, like, that, you know, you have to have like so much in resources to pursue dreams like this, and that's how the world of ours works, sadly. Wish it wasn't that way all the time. But anyways, that was a good game. It says New Game Plus. I can click on it and see what it looks like. Guess we can like, I won't do that. I think New Game Plus is just gonna start us over, and like it'll probably show you what options you selected and stuff like that. All right. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. We'll go back to Super Animal Royale next time to get our voting ready for the next game. This was a fun little interlude. I may in my free time like actually replay some of this and see like if the different paths actually like do anything. Despite breaking up since both new games unionized before there was. Well, that's good. Beastbreaker was fun. It's one of the few games I clipped for this channel. I might clip the death scene for this one, because I think I really nailed the dramatic tension on that one. But like the one like the final boss of Beastbreaker, I basically in round 1 I had killed the monster fully without letting them get a single move off, with the sort of broken like stacking damage build that I had, and it was hilarious. So I clipped that one. Anyways, have a good one, guys. We'll see you for the voting next time.